Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders in the stone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, brother, of the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the spirit titled, a lot of these so-called Israelite leaders have sold out. A lot of these Israelite leaders have sold out. Okay. And this come from just over the years, my short years I've been in the truth. And watching, I came in through Great Millstone, which is very fortunate because a lot of brothers didn't have that opportunity to come straight in through the GMS, but the Lord has led them to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach the 100% truth. So that's a very fortunate thing, and that's very merciful on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's behalf. But a lot of these men took the purse, they took the bag, they sold out. Okay, and when somebody say, well, what do you mean by selling out? When you sell out, meaning that you are taking bribes or you are taking money or monetary gain or value to do something that's not conducive to the flock, meaning changing a doctrine. Because the very doctrine that we teach determines or your salvation or not, whether you're going to receive it or not. Because the scriptures tells us in a lot of days that many should depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and for doctrines of devils. When you look up the word devil just meaning that this man is not teaching nothing but lies, man. Sure, his foundation is correct. So he's on point with that as far as the 12 tribes. But when it comes to the meat of the scriptures, like the breakdowns, the mark of the beast, the prophetic scriptures, then he seems to go off. And you got to ask yourself like this: how can a man that have 25 plus years in the truth not see certain things that the Bible is saying? Well, because the Lord is not dealing with him, okay? And you would think that guys of his congregation will say something, but you got to understand that you have you got to respect the person. And all the time goes on, man, and before you know it, you could get away with pretty much murder. Because like Apostle Tar said, he said, how about they just do away with the ranking system and everybody just come up under him? Because clearly the leadership underneath Nate, they don't really seem to have any type of influence on what's being said. Because an average person or a person that's in the right spirit would say, you know what, something ain't right about this. Just changing the name of the Most High from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, going from one of the coldest breakdowns on record to saying that the name of the Most High is Christ, or Most High Christ bless. That's a red flag, man. And then when you look at the marches that they're doing, and you're looking at the unity and the uniformity of the doctrine and how these men portray themselves, it basically follows I won't say the Jesuit order, but basically they look like a bunch of Freemasons, man. From the garbs to the hand symbols to the symbology. I remember they did a video called Burgers and Fringes years ago, and they basically had the checkerboard floor, okay, with the mortarboard square, with the white and with the duality, with the black and white, where you got like yin and yang. They clearly had videos of them on checkerboard floors, man, which is an ultimate sign that you are a Freemason, okay? And knowing Nate was a detective in the state of New York, you got to be highly juiced in to become a detective, man, okay? Because it was one scene on training day when Denzel was basically trying to indoctrinate Hoyt, and then when he showed him, he lifted up his sleeve, and then he showed him basically like he showed him the ruler, which represents a woman's quiver and a rod, the ruler and the geometrical stance with the G. He showed that, followed by a skull with wings and bricks on it, man. And he said he walks a higher path. He said he could give you the keys, you just got to walk through the door, okay? And he was a detective, so basically he had a free pass to do what the hell he want to do. But you can't make those moves unless you're juiced in, man. Okay, so it's easy to say that this guy Nate has took that purse. Okay, because now he's coming out with this breakdown that after Yahweh Shai comes and rule, then the devil, Esau Edom, is going to come and declare war on the Israelites. Like, why would somebody be dumb enough to declare war on our people when we're in total power? Okay, especially when you go into Ezekiel the 39th chapter, the scriptures say that it's going to be 7 years and we're going to destroy the weapons in 7 years. Also, we should serve out men of continual employment, meaning that we're going to hire people and we're going to have people enslaved for one thing. We're going to have servants that's going to go around the earth and they're going to clean up the dead bodies. because we're not going to touch dead bodies because dead bodies are unclean. Now, we could destroy them with spiritual power, but the proper way to till away with a dead body is to bury it. So the other nations are going to bury those dead bodies, okay, because they're unclean anyway. But us, as far as that, we're not going to have a hand physically in doing these things, but destroying the weapons, we're going to use spiritual power to destroy it, because we're not going to just go around and get every weapon, every nuclear silo, every Tomahawk missile, every AK-47. We ain't going to be just walking around the earth finding these things and picking them up on our backs. We're just going to destroy them. Stockpiles, man. Okay, so even with that being said, how can the so-called white man come back into power when he's going to be totally subjugated? Okay, said your cousin is a part of that group. Well, yes, a lot of people, a lot of Jakes, man. You know, like a lot of people I know, like a barber I go to, his cousin is a part of that group as well. You know, and they have a real holier than thou approach, man. Like them guys, they act like they're untouchable or some shit, man. You know, this is why we tell you brothers out there to stay away from them men, man, because for the simple fact, they're not in the right spirit. You know, they're not in the right spirit because a while ago, they had a known thing of calling us pedophiles. They said we great women. They put that nasty stigma on us, man. You know, they said a lot of foul shit about us. They bore false witness on us and all manners of wickedness, man, they said about us. From the apostles on down, they talk shit about all of us. They called us bums. You know, they call us bums. They call us all type grapists. You know, and me personally, I believe they in league with the cops, because they know where in hell that when they got into that brawl with Yohanan them was the one that took the fall for that shit. And just knowing Yohanan's history and the history of the IUIC, he bought it out and stated that dude was a fucking undercover cop in the school, man. Now, me personally, I believe Yohanan's a bullshit artist, but I don't see him lying on Nate. Like, why he need to lie on another? Why do a nigga? I mean, niggas lie on each other all the time, but I don't really see him having to lie on Bishop Nate. Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? What's going to profit him to lie on a nigga that's already wicked as hell? You know, and the Most High is going to destroy Nate, and mainly the IUIC. I believe the Lord is going to start taking people out of that school and taking their family members and judging them. Because if Nate is a man of the Lord's got to really humble him so he can repent, man. Okay, but the way he's doing, I don't really see him making it up out of here. But that's just my opinion. Because the Lord said he going to have mercy on who he have mercy. But if the Lord have mercy on this nigga, out of all the blasphemous shit he done, then, hey, that's a truly merciful God. Because the Most High has destroyed men for less. Okay, the Most High destroyed the men because I believe the ox knocked over the Ark of the Covenant, and then he tried to grab it. The Lord killed it. Says the anger of the Lord was kindled against him and destroyed him, man. Okay, a man was destroyed for picking up sticks on the Shabbat. All types of shit, man. Okay, hey, the Lord could destroy you for not calling on his name correctly. So, hey, the Lord have mercy on Nate. That's a merciful power, man. You know, but other than that, I believe he took the bag, because ain't nowhere in hell he's teaching that you got 7 different breakdowns on the mark of the beast. First, it was embargo, which deals with nations, small nations, great nations, and business transactions among corporations of different nations, so to speak. Then he redacted from that. Then I believe he stated it was sin. Okay, they was teaching that the mark of the beast was sin for a while. I know you had other Israelite camps that was teaching that it was white women. I know Yohanan was teaching that it was dealing with white women. You know, and it was 666 dignitaries, Edomite men, which is madness, you know. But Nate was teaching that it was sin, philosophies, and all manners of evil. Now, all of a sudden, he mentioned it the other day, and he didn't say it was sin, but he went into like some type of other breakdown. Can't recall it, but regardless of that, man, it's just like, why you changing your breakdown so much if you didn't take the purse? This is why you got to try the spirit by the spirit, man, okay? But a lot of people, they join these groups based on the outward appearance. You know, the scriptures goes into one that being a Jew outwardly. And a lot of guys that join these groups, they really don't have no definite, they don't really have a definitive reason as to why they're in the truth. It just, they feel like they want to be part of something. It feels good and it make them feel important. So therefore, they want to join the most uniform group, which appears to have the order. Because when you look at them, yeah, they look the part. But hey, Yahushua said the same thing in Matthew's 23rd chapter. It says that they broaden the borders of their garments and enlarging their phylacteries, and they like to be called men rabbi, and they like the utmost seats in the synagogues. You know, they like the upper feast rooms, man. Like when you go to a spot, they gotta have the night. They have to be on top. Like you gotta know. Like you gotta know this is Bishop Nate. You gotta know that this is Bishop Ayadan or whoever the hell he is. Prime example on Passover, nigga rode in with a damn horse. Like you just knew he was Yahweh Shai. What are you riding around in a horse for, man? When you supposed to be portraying a humble approach, man? Okay, even Yahweh Shai didn't come the first time all extravagant. You made Yahweh Shai look like a bum the way you did it, man. You know? But this is why you have to try the spirit by the spirit, man, because all these men, they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, you can't let the beauty and a great erratic speech woo you into joining these groups because they look the part. Okay, because a lot of groups look the part, but they're not the part. Okay, if a group have a 501c3, you need to be very leery about joining that group, because if you have a 501c3, you can't teach the full 100% truth. Okay, you have to twist the doctrine. And the biggest offense that he did regarding the ministry was pretty much taking away the name of the Lord, man. Saying that the name of the Lord is Yo Play Yogurt. You could call the Most High whatever you want to call. You know, these bumalites, they said a nigga would jump up and say Yahweh. And all types of madness that he speak against the name, man. But see, that's going to be the same name he going to be calling on when he's getting ready to get put down. Like when he came down with that, when the Most High smote him with that plague. Hey, you think he was calling on Christ? You think he was on his knees saying Most High and Christ bless? Hell nah, man. He was saying Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, but them stupid idiots in his school, you think they gonna stand up and check that? Nah, man. Okay? Scriptures say suffer falling on a multitude to do evil. And also there's no respect of person in judgment. But he has ultimate respect. His whole congregation is of respect of persons, man. Because they ain't nobody gonna say nothing and say, hey, Nate, you going off, bro. Because they're gonna get a fucking hit squad put on their ass, man. You know? It's like they want to be liked and accepted by that wicked Dominican community. Yeah, that's right. This is the brother be like-minded. Baruch 1:21, it says, nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power according to all the words of the prophets whom he sent it to us. But every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart, right? Okay, and you got the prophets out here showing on how to walk and how to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. But we get called bums, we get called bigots, we get called terrorists. You know, we get the bad end of the stick when we're just trying to do what's required of us so we could get the blood off our hand. And hopefully you repent and get the blood off your hands, man. So you can go into the kingdom. But like it says here, to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of the Lord Yahweh. That's right, man. And that's evil what he's doing. Okay, teaching that proverbial, that wicked ass breakdown. Because he don't understand the 2 time skips in Revelation, the 20th chapter. You jump between 2,000 year periods in Revelation. The first one being the fall of the Western Roman Empire, which sets up the pagan Roman Empire, which was aided by Jake. And then the millennial period, as the Christians call it, the millennial reign of Christ, as they call it, is when we get the kingdom, man. And it said 1,000 years because that's going to be alluding to the nation's captivity, man. Okay, we're going to literally be dominant forces over these nations for 1,000 years. We're going to bash them over the head with a rod of iron, according to Revelation 2:26. Okay, it says those that overcame should judge the nations along with Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so they get that confused because when you go to verse 7, it's a time skip. And people see, why does it say this and this and that after 1,000 years? Then all of a sudden, the nations are going to be let loose. No. Only thing that's going to happen after 1,000 years is that Esau is going to get obliterated, and the other nations are going to be let loose back to their respective lands and do what they got to do. But they're going to be serving the Lord. And if they go off and they decide to defy us, then we're going to put a hell on them. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a common thing throughout the kingdom. All right? So there's no coming back in power for Esau, bro. He's not going to have no last hoorah. He ain't going to have no aha moment. This ain't no goddamn Scream movie when you think the killer is dead and all of a sudden he rise up for one final scare to get his head blown off. No, man, that would be stupid. He's going down on his side, bro. Okay, Job, what is it, 5:12? 5, it says, knowing that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the dealing of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay, so that's what it is. We're not dealing with Esau coming back in power. That's a done deal. But see, he don't understand the prophecies, man. Or he just deliberately going off because he sold out. All right. But anyway, Yeah, they took the bag. ISUPK, IUIC, Sakari, HOI, all them niggas took the bag, man. I believe all them dudes took the bag. Even in the ancient world, they all got a history of taking the bag, man. Okay, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, they was in league with the Roman centurions, which no coincidence, Nate is a goddamn cop, or he was a cop, okay? And they seem to have very ties to the police, man. I still believe that. They uniformed just like a goddamn fraternal brotherhood. And if you look up fraternal orders, look up the police department or the fire department, they have what they call a fraternal brotherhood, man. Same thing with judges, prosecutors. They're part of a brotherhood, a secret society. Okay, they have what they call the blue wall of silence, which the blue goes back into cryptic. Read that and look that up and see and get some understanding on that. Okay, but they're in formation just like the fucking, just like Masons, man. Okay, the Sakari in the ancient world, I mean, you know, they were just a bunch of rebels that didn't follow Yahweh Shai, though they acknowledged the Lord. They didn't follow him. They felt like Yahweh Shai's standpoint on Rome was weak. They feel like, why do we gotta let people bully us and take our money? Well, the Lord said, hey, we're done to Caesar what's Caesar, because that's his rulership, you know. But 2 Peter 2:1, it says, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there should be false teachers among you, who should privately bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and many should follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the truth should be evil spoken of, right? Okay. And that's these guys, damnable heresies, man. The name of the Most High is Christ, Jesus. You know, the mark of the beast is not the chip. They still running away from that breakdown. Here, the MOTB is literally getting ready to be made mandated any day now. And I want to see these guys' stances on that. Because like the apostles were saying, guys got to be window shopping at this point. Okay, they got to see some things like, wait a minute, something ain't right about this. Why is Esau in the news are saying this, and the technology, it proves itself. Like, even if we didn't go into thorough breakdowns of the mark of the beast prophecy, just the technology and what is predicated behind, it breaks itself down. Okay? When it says that you can buy and sell less he that have the mark, that's going into the economy, man. Because right now we're dealing with the legal tender, or fiat currency, which is legal tender, which is money. But obviously the money is going to be done away with. So that has to replace the money. And they're talking about a digital chip in the form of a CBDC that's going to replace the current monetary system. So how the hell are you not saying that the mark of the beast is the chip if you didn't sell out? Okay? This man has a lot of blood on his hands, man. All right? And all you guys that follow him, hey, you better repent, man. Okay? Like the apostle said, hey, y'all better get away from that Nate, because, hey, when the Most High judge the IUIC, hey, when the Most High bring them down, hey, it's going to be known. And we going to say, look, we told you so. And we ain't going to feel bad for none of them niggas, man. Especially them goddamn women in that congregation. Okay, them women in that congregation, they're just a bunch of fucking groupies, man. You know, they are all these rap videos, these concerts. Here you got married women in there, married men. But yeah, she's hopping up and down for some clown on stage, man. Like he's fucking Drake or something, and she's all, you know, she's fermenting and shit, man. You know, she's getting wet. And before you know it, you got a goddamn case of adultery on your hand. And then if she doesn't like it, she reports it. Man, ain't no way in hell. I wish a nigga would tell me what I can do and what I can't do. Especially a spiritual leader. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, man, if the apostles and elders ever said, oh, well, if my woman ever reported me to the apostles and elders and they decide to suspend me, that would be the day I walk away from GMS. And then that's no bullshit. Now, they do teach us how to be wise and not to deal with women in a certain way. They do teach us that. But directly getting involved, reprimanding a brother over a fucking whore, yeah, right, man. They would never get involved in that. And if they ever got involved in that shit, that's the day I will. Hey, look, I'm resigning from Great Millstone. I'll do my own goddamn thing. Cause that's just wicked as all hell, man. And they do that in that nigga school, man. And that's not right, man. That's off as hell. Okay? The scriptures say, the thing between a man and woman, let no man cast asunder, man. So that ain't none of your fucking business on what a man goes through with his wife or what's happening in his relationship. Now, you could give spiritual advice and say, well, yeah, you may, you know, she get out of line. You may don't want to kick her ass because, you know, they'll lock you up for it. Even if she is deserving of a good ass kicking, don't do it because, you know, Esau, he wants to lock Jake up for dumb shit like that. That's wise advice. Yeah, that's very wise. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, because they're looking out for the flock. But the minute, you know, somebody step in and be like, man, brother, you gotta that woman, you leave him and get with another brother. I wish a motherfucker would tell my situation that shit, man. That's the day I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I know the apostles and elders won't do that because they're not wicked, unlike these other niggas in these congregations. And this is the reason why we don't have women in our congregation. Yeah, you see sisters on the comment board, but that's as far as it go. You know, they may make a brother a garment or two, send some brothers some gifts in the mail, you know, just to show their appreciation, or, you know, that they're trying to shoot their shot at brothers. But other than that, the apostles ain't got no say-so over that. They ain't telling the sisters, oh, man, don't be sending that brother none in the mail. Hey, they told them, they said, look, if you like a brother, shoot your shot, man. Do it, get in and get out. But don't be talking on the comment board. And that's how that works, man. But see, these guys, man, they give women ultimate authority, which is another thing. That's the shit churches do. You go to a goddamn church, you see the woman in there jumping up and down. You know what I'm saying? Acting like she's in power and shit. Hell nah. Scriptures ain't say do that, man. The men and women worship separately. We was in the inner court, they was in the outer court. They didn't even come among us when it came to dealings among the church, man. And if they was in church, they had to shut the fuck up. Unlike these bitches in these congregations that give their opinion on the comment. I remember it was a point in time, bro, they was like literally trying to come on our comment board and curse us out, man. You know what I'm saying? When we curse out Nate, these women would literally come on the comment board and try to rebuke us with scriptures. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I thought the scripture said a woman's supposed to remain silent in the church. But according to them, they could do what the hell they want to do. You know, which is a big red flag. You know, but hey, some of them guys in that thing, they're sincere. And if they're sincere, then the Lord would deliver them from that madness. But the majority of them niggas in that congregation, the Lord is gonna destroy their ass. And deservedly so, because it's a bunch of proud beta male simps in the IUIC, man. And I work with one of them. That's even if that guy's still in the truth. You know, they just irk my soul. But anyway, a couple more precepts. It says here, and through the covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, in that damnation slumber not yet. Because one day there's gonna be a swift destruction. One day they're gonna be doing it folly, and the Most High is gonna boom. You know, one day they may be having one of their Shabbat classes, which they teach the Shabbat is Friday and Saturday. They may have one of their fucking classes, and the Most High may fucking send a goddamn tornado through there and wipe out that school and everybody in it. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we're gonna be doing videos on that for weeks, okay? Because that's the judgment of the Father, because these men have been warned. All right. Verses 4, and says, for if Yahweh spared not the angels that sin, but cast them down to hell, which is these bodies, and delivered them into change of darkness to be reserved into judgment. Okay. Jeremiah 23:21, I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken unto them, yet they prophesied. Yeah, prophesied out of their own hearts, their own mind. It says, but if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they would have turned them away from their evil way, from the evil of their doings. But instead, they're perpetuating evil. Okay, these men are promoting it. They're telling you, one guy's telling you in a different group, you could pop your woman in the ass on the Sabbath. Like, that's defiled, man. That's wickedness, man. Popping a woman in the ass. Well, why would you do that? That's unclean. That's an outer point. That's not an entry point. You know? That's how you get diseases and so forth. But you tell him, man, he can go up his woman's asshole? Like, who would want to do that? You know, bad enough that our women have a bad problem with hygiene between their legs. You think I want to go in a bitch's booty hole? You fucking nuts, man. You know? But, yeah, man. Anyway, gotta be at this plantation, man. So, hey, with that, I'm gonna cut it a little short, brothers. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of the great millstone, and rule well. Blessings and salutations to you few elect brothers and you few sisters out there that may tune in and watch. Lord's will, you will edify until the next lesson. Shalom.